Murphy was holding a Sequoia telescope. He spotted the Taliban leader. Danny tried to report to the headquarters, but there was no signal. At this time, several shepherds were approaching. They quickly hid in the bushes. However, one of the shepherds stepped on a team member's foot. They had to rush out of the bushes and quickly subdue the shepherds from behind. Murphy searched an older shepherd and found a walkie-talkie. The shepherds might be the Taliban's informants, but they couldn't get in touch with the command. If they directly shot the shepherds, they would be court-martialed when they got back, so they had to let the shepherds go and then move towards the mountaintop, hoping to find a high point to contact the headquarters. However, when they climbed to the mountaintop, there was still no signal. There was no cover on the mountaintop. They decided to withdraw to the woods. However, as soon as the team back to the woods, they were horrified to find that a large number of Taliban militants were approaching. Murphy ordered a proactive attack. After the enemies entered the firing range, Marcus picked up the MK-12 and firmly pulled the trigger, shooting 2 enemies. The gunshots attracted other Taliban militants. Murphy and Danny quickly started shooting with their M4A1. They kept changing positions to fire and retreated alternately, but the number of enemies increased. Danny kept calling the headquarters, but still couldn't get through. Danny was shot in the chest, and Murphy was also hit in the shoulder. The Taliban militants set up machine guns, and their fierce firepower made them unable to show their heads. They could only retreat towards the bottom of the mountain. The Taliban militants brought out RPGs, forcing them to keep retreating. With no way out in sight, they could only jump off the slope and roll down. Just as they were catching their breath at the bottom of the slope, the Taliban militants caught up again. A rain of firepower came at them once more. They could only drag their injured bodies and continue to retreat towards the bottom of the mountain. Danny was unfortunately shot in the leg and completely lost his ability to move. Marcus could only drag him and keep running. They hid behind a pile of rocks. By this time, they were out of ammunition and supplies. Murphy decided to take a desperate gamble. Under the cover of his teammates, he fought his way to the highest point of the rock and finally managed to contact the headquarters, calling for the Quick Reaction Force to come for support. Will they be rescued successfully?